in life. Oh, I've set it in right. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. My name is Yanike. So I thought I'd jump on and make a really quick video after the video that I just made about how I made £20,000 selling on eBay. So this video is about if your account has fallen into below standard seller performance. Now, I've been there, so I think I have a little bit to share with you about how you get out of this situation. So what is below standard seller performance? This is where eBay has deemed you to be a bad seller, basically. So I'm gonna put somewhere on the screen a screenshot of where in the Seller Hub you need to look for your performance ranking. So once you've gone in your Seller Hub, you click on your seller performance and it will either say top rated seller, below standard, or above standard. So you just click on that small icon there and it will open up all the statistics of how your sales have been performing in terms of how you're meeting customer demands over the past year and specifically over the past 2 months. So how they calculate your performance as a seller is they're basically looking for two things: how many cases have been closed without seller resolution, and they're also looking for the amount of late arrivals, and the correct name is delivery rates. So your delivery rates will concern how quickly your items are getting to customers. So if your customers receive your items that you've sent off without a problem, that's fine. Where they have an issue is when you'll receive a request. As a seller, you'll see these. You will receive an email saying, oh, a buyer has opened a request. The request will be, I haven't received my item. Now, when I see those, I tremble because I think, oh my God, this is gonna count against me. It does, okay? So this is what delivery rates mean. The other thing is cases closed without seller resolution. Now, this is where a customer has complained. The buyer had to go off to eBay to get a resolution to their situation. Now, this could have meant that they tried to approach you as a seller and you didn't respond, or you decided, for example, and I think I used this example in my previous video, if you're a seller of brown coats, or say you sell pink mugs, right? And a customer ordered a mug and they wanted to return that mug on the basis that it's pink and they wanted red. Despite you as a seller marketing the product as correctly as you could, the onus is definitely on the buyer. Now, if the buyer's adamant, listen, I want my money back, and also I'm not even going to send the product back to you, then of course you're human, you're in your right to say, listen, which part of that is fair? No, you could not do this in the regular world, so I'm not going to give you a refund, okay? I've done all that I should do as a seller to inform you, and at the very least send the product back. No. So customers digging their heels in, they're like, I want my money back, I want my money back. They go to eBay. Once that happens, it counts against you. eBay is always going to say, give them their money back. eBay will never side with you, okay? So that's what the case is closed without seller resolution is so wordy. That's what that means. Now, you have fallen below standard because you've had too many late deliveries, or you've had too many of those cases closed without seller resolution. And that CCR, I'll just abbreviate it, that counts heavily against you. The late deliveries, I think that kind of goes away after a while. But the seller resolution thing, okay, that is gonna count heavily against you because it looks at your account for the whole year. They deem it so important and they penalize it so heavily that I think at that point I was selling I had sold 1,000 items. I had 2 cases. That threw me into below standards, 2 out of 1,000. Okay, so they count this thing very seriously. So that's what it means when you've fallen below standard as a seller. It means you have fallen shy of those 2 things. Now, my experience in this situation, COVID happened, all of my parcels were delayed because of it. I had many customers saying, ding, 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 I haven't received my item. Also, because I wasn't familiar with the seller resolution thing, and I just sent a customer to complain to eBay because I thought, I'm not sending you your money, like, you're a dodgy customer. That's the old me. Now, what does this mean when you fall below standard? How does it affect you as a business owner on eBay? You're going to be shadow banned essentially. Now, eBay is one of the top ranking, SEO, search engine optimized businesses in the world. That's why we as business owners, we do business with eBay and with Amazon. Your products are going to rank all over the place. You're going to see your products on Google, you're going to see your products everywhere because eBay is so heavily optimized. Now, you've fallen below standard as a seller. That means nobody is going to see your product. they'd put your product in eBay, whereas if you're a top ranking seller, you would come up. Now you will not be shown on Google at all. Once the customer, now you have different kinds of customers. You have the customer that's searching on Google and then they'll see your product, or you have a customer that's gone straight to eBay and a search for a particular product and you're a seller, so they'd see your product there. Now if you are below standard and shadow banned, whereas you would be highly ranked before, you're now going to be trailing down at the bottom of the rankings, because eBay thinks, basically, and if I haven't explained this, eBay thinks you are not a good seller, okay? You've fallen below standard, they don't trust you no more. So they don't want to send customers your way to destroy their business. Now what you will find is, and this is the below standard experience, you will stop making sales. So I was pulling in between 2,000 to 3,000 per month on eBay. When I fell into below standard, everything crashed because people couldn't find my products. So I think I lost about 60% of my sales. How do you get out of the below standard seller performance? This is where the hard work takes place. Now, fortunately for me, because I operate in niches that do not rely on being ranked, so once you put that product in, if you search for that product, my listings will come up. So that really saved me. So I'm sorry to disappoint you. I was in that position where I was so desperate, like, what do I do to get out of this below standard? And there's quite a few people that have made videos. But for me, I was just lucky that because my TDR rate was quite low, once you hit anything higher than 2%, you fall below standard, anything higher than 2% as your TDR. So probably I didn't look at the time. So I was probably about, 2.8, 2.9, not far. So that's why after the month's review, which is how you get out of that situation, that's how eBay reviews whether they should put you back on your above standard or you should be left on below standard because you weren't able to pull yourself out of it. eBay gives you a month to pull yourself out of it. Once you're in that month, I managed to, because of my sales, somehow, I still don't know, I pulled myself out. If you're in that situation where you've looked at your TDR, your transaction defect rates, say it's like 3, 4, 5%, and you look at your transactions, okay? And you can see, because consider this too, once they serve you that notice you are below standard, your sales are gonna fall off. What pulls you out of below standard is if you have a high transaction rate. So you can just imagine, if they're looking at a transaction rate of, you must at least be below 2%, okay? It's calculated according to how many goods you sell. So obviously, the more you sell, the more you will, diminish that transaction rate. You will get it to be in the right remit of things, because you're selling more to offset your transaction defect rate, because it is based on how much you sell. So how do you fix this problem? Very simple, you sell more. You raise your transaction rate. That's how you get rid of this 2% or more. Now, this is going to be difficult if you're shadow banned. Nobody's going to be buying your goods. So what do? I've seen other sellers say, now, as I said, I managed to pull myself out. But if you can look and see, in a month, based on these sales, I won't be able to dig myself out because my transaction defect rate is like 3, 4, 5, 6%. That's very high. You won't be able to get rid of that after a month. Okay, and after that month where eBay is reviewing you, you gradually start, you think your listings are decreased, you will be non-existent. Okay, it's a gradual process until you just fade away into oblivion. And also there is the issue of getting payment. If your customer pays you while you're below standard, you're not getting that money, okay? They're gonna withhold it for 21 days. This happens gradually, near towards the month where they're reviewing you. So what you have to do is, if you've identified your transaction defect rate is high, 3, 4, 5, 6%, you're not gonna clear that up in a month because your transactions are not gonna be high enough to offset that. So your solution is sell more. What you have to do is either, I don't even recommend you reduce the prices of your listings so you can sell more, because they're not going to find you anyway. You have to go into auctions. So get yourself into niches where you know there's lots of sales, stationery, depends on the season, if it's a holiday, festivals. Get those products in, list them as auctions and list them at cost price. So you can just get your transaction rate as high as possible. The goal is for you to vastly improve your transaction rates to offset that TDR. That's essentially how you get out of below standard seller performance. Listen, take this very seriously if you're serious about selling on eBay, and if eBay is a revenue stream for you. It's very detrimental to your business to remain in below standard seller performance. Some people never get out of it and they just have to start a whole new store. Always be watching your eBay seller performance level in the seller hub, you should always be paying attention to what's going on there. And if you see yourself, you can always have a look at where your TDR is at the moment, have a look at your cases closed, that seller resolution, your delivery rates, and eBay will tell you if you're within, you know, the safe zone, if you're above standard or you're falling, so you can always adjust. If you find yourself running into a place where, okay, I might be below standard in two weeks or something, because you can tell, start selling more to offset it, increase your transaction rates. Okay, so this was a super quick video. I hope it was useful. Listen, eBay bosses, get out there and sell. We can do this. All right, I thank you so much, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.